जा बाबा के अंतर द्वार, उड़ जा प्यारे वतन में, नीले अंबर के उस पार। पंछी रे पंचेंद्रिय का छोड़ दे बंधन, तन मन से तू हो जा समर्पण। पंचेंद्रिय का छोड़ दे बंधन, तन मन से तू हो जा समर्पण। दिव्य ज्योतिर्मय देह धारण कर, बाबा के पास जा होके मगन। प्रेम की डोर में मोती पिरो के, प्रेम की डोर में मोती पिरो के, कर ले सच्चा श्रृंगार। उड़ जा प्यारे वतन में, नीले अंबर के उस पार, नीले अंबर के उस पार। पंछी रे बन के फरिश्ता बाबा से मिलना, देना संदेश हमारा। बन के फरिश्ता बाबा से मिलना, देना संदेश हमारा। याद प्यार हम सबका देना, लावतन का नजारा। सच्ची लगन से बन जा बाबा के, सच्ची लगन से बन जा बाबा के। तू गले को हार, उड़ जा प्यारे वतन में, नीले अंबर के उस पार। हो नीले अंबर के उस पार। पंछी रे
taking everyone's love remembrances. Then I went to offer bhog to Baba. Baba gave very, very, very loveful drishti to all of us. And then Baba accepted bhog. So then Baba said, come my lovely and detached children, न्यारे प्यारे बच्चे come. Hindi we call it न्यारे प्यारे. It's beautiful. Not only lovely and detached, but Baba used the word upramchit. When those who remain beyond, internally, deeply, very, very above everything. I said, Baba, where is your gathering today? Because every time I had been going, then the ancestor souls, no, their gathering is there. So Baba invokes some of them. I said, Baba, we have big family there, and you also have. We are family, but you also are in the gathering. And then after some time, Baba said, this life is very valuable. Your every thought, every moment, every breath is very valuable because you constantly keep earning and accumulating, constantly earning and also accumulating, because whatever you accumulate now, you will use it for many, many births. So it's really, really valuable time. And then Baba says, especially at this time, you have to keep your intellect very untouched of different influences, different information. You have to keep intellect really beyond and above. Your intellect should be very, very subtle and pure. Because when you have subtle and pure intellect, you will understand not only the deep secrets which Baba is explaining you all, you will understand the significant secrets. But also Baba said, when intellect is pure, then Baba said you are able to receive everything and change it into your power, inner power. So stability of intellect is important. And also when there is love for Baba, loving intellect, in loving intellect, Baba said, your power to discern will work properly. So every moment, Baba said, you need to use your intellect for power to discern. So if you have all these beautiful qualities in your intellect, then definitely whatever, every moment you discern and decide will be not only accurate, but will be very, very, very beneficial and powerful. So Baba said at this time, you shouldn't be wasting any thoughts, any energy, either of mind or intellect. Just keep accumulating because this accumulating will also help you to become what you have to become. So it's a valuable life, valuable time. And then Baba said, Baba loves every child because every child is special. Because every child is serving. Some are serving with thought, words, and action. And some, if they are not able to serve through words, they are serving through their thoughts, also actions. So everyone, every child is serving. And that is sustaining the yajna. And also through vibrations, Baba said, spreading vibrations of love, peace. I think Baba said that's a very, very good service. Baba said, now is the time to understand everyone's bhavana. As much you understand bhavana, Baba said that collective energy of pure bhavana, pure feelings towards each other is the biggest treasure at this time. Just pure feelings for each other. Baba said that will create very, very beautiful atmosphere, beautiful energy, and the task will be accomplished. Baba gave lots of love to each one of us. Om Shanti.
बाबा के महावाक्य है कि प्रत्यक्षता का नगारा विदेश से होगा। अब वो कैसे हो, उनकी कोई मेन मीटिंग करके मेन सबको पॉइंट दो कि ये सब होने से हमारी विदेश के तरफ से जरूर कोई प्रत्यक्षता का घंटा बजेगा, जिससे देश में वो घंटा का आवाज गूंजेगा। उसका अब ये साल में प्लान करो। कोई दूर नहीं है वो घंटा बजना भी।
कहते कि अभी पॉसिबल है, अभी मालूम पड़ गया कि कैसे घंटा बज सकता है। वो
पॉसिबल है ना
मोहिनी बहन, पॉसिबल।
राइट। अब बहुत अच्छा मोहिनी बहन, आपने हमारी और डबल दिल की कि पॉसिबल है।
जी जी
रहिए तो एक मेरे संकल्प कहो या बाबा सुबह योग में भावना। ऐसे लगता है कि ये सब जब थोड़ी सब योग की पावर बढ़ेगी तो वर्ल्ड पीस की साथ में बहुतों को बाबा, अव्यक्त बाबा का साक्षात्कार होगा। चाहे अव्यक्त रूप में साक्षात्कार करेंगे, हमने एंजल देखे, चाहे लाइट का, चाहे एंजल रूप का, चाहे किसी भी पावर का, चारों तरफ एक ये आवाज आएगा कि हमें कोई पावर है जो इधर से खींच के ला रही है।
Welcome to Avekti Parivar. Murli, the source of truth. Today's day one, salvation, Krishna intellect. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Dadi Prakashmani was very, very loveful, very generous heart, open heart, always thought big, unlimited, always thought of all the souls of the world. She used to think of saints and sages, scholars, and will invite everyone that they should come to Pandavavan. And it did happen. So we all love Dadi, and she is giving us a task. Yeah, I had been also thinking, I had few thoughts one morning and I was sharing with the team that we should get started something. And that was basically to how do we serve our friends, no? We call them our friends. So we had one meeting, now we will have another. And we will do it collectively. It seems that my name is very easy to pronounce, right? So Dadi always said, oh, Mohini. And I'm sure that we will fulfill her wish. One morning I woke up and I thought if someone asked me, which is your scripture? Oh, everyone has scripture in their spiritual path. So someone will say Gita, someone will say Bible, Quran. So I said, what will I answer? So definitely I will say Murli is my scripture. Because everything which we learned is from Murli. And since then, like deeply within, I feel for all of us that as we respect any scripture and take every word of the scripture as wisdom, as blessing, as solution, as answer, so Murli is our source. It's only we don't have in the form of scripture, but actually this is our scripture. And that is why we thought that to understand the truth and become the embodiment of truth is possible only through Murli. Before coming to Gyan, knowledge, whenever somebody refers to intellect, they will use word brain. This one's brain is hot, this one's brain is good. Very few people use word intellect. But when we come to Baba and we get the lesson of soul, then we understand that within the soul, there are three abilities. In Hindi, we call it yogyatai. One is mind, intellect, and third is sanskars. So I remember when I came in Gyan, my teacher, I don't remember who at that time, asked me, what has to be transformed first? Mind, intellect, or sanskars? So someone will say, well, I changed my mind first, and the answer was no, intellect has to be changed first. Because when intellect will understand and transform, whatever way, but understand, then we'll be able to give answers to the mind. Because mind will raise many thoughts and There could be many doubts in the mind, but intellect will control or direct the mind. So it's the intellect which is very, very important. And Baba calls the intellect as a vessel. And Baba says knowledge can only stay in the golden vessel. So when Baba says golden vessel means what? That intellect which doesn't have any alloy of any kind. So whether it is clean intellect or clear intellect, but it's only now we understand the significance of intellect. And so as soon as I start reading Murli, since we got our way now, how do we read Murli? I immediately kind of benefited not only by understanding, but realizing how important it is to watch and see where intellect is being pulled. How is intellect working? And I liked it because when Baba said that generally in the world, intellect is used for how to go in space and moon and discover things there. But your intellect is here, which guides us or to study how to become deity. It was very good because I was feeling since few days that how intellect is pulled even towards Iron Age, Kali Yuga, not toward in a way of attraction, but also what is happening in the world. What is going to happen? What's the future? We all, whichever country we live, even Baba says we all are from Bharat, but the situations, whatever is happening politically, socially, intellect is sometimes pulled towards that. And it was very good because I was little bit internally struggling whether I should know it or not. But then when you have to respond or when you have such a big organization in any country, then you need to know certain things, right? So I thought how to keep reducing to have minimum information just to know, yes, how the things are. But intellect can be pulled, right? Definitely. So as soon as I read, and since then I find, which I was kind of preparing myself, I want to do something where intellect is not pulled. I know that some of us, there was a time that when we had to check emails or open our computer or iPhone, there was a fixed time. And now it is like intellect is just full. Let me see, let me see, let me see. But then Baba is talking more about loving intellect when there is love, like Meera had for Krishna. So she only used to keep saying Krishna, Krishna, and her intellect was completely broken or was cut off from all physical relationships. It's an amazing story. And that's what Baba mentioned, that breaking away means just love for one. So she used to just chant Krishna, Krishna. So when there is understanding that who is restorer of Sadgati. Now Sadgati, we translated salvation, But there was a time in Murli we used to say Gati Sadgati. And Gati Sadgati really what was explained. I am not getting those words in Murli now, was Mukti and Jivan Mukti. Liberation and liberation in life. Gati means liberation, liberation in life. So Baba wants us to be Salvation Army. That means we are the ones who have to show everyone the path to liberation and liberation in life. That is how originally, few years ago, we never had word salvation because it's more according to how in different religions word salvation is. But Baba used to say, Baba comes to take you home. And that is also called liberation, mukti. And then Baba gives you peace and happiness. And that is called Jivan Mukti. You are liberated, free from vices, sorrow, but in the life, and that is golden age. That is our fruition or of the efforts we make at confluence age. So it is Gati Sadgati. So Baba says, you children have to show everyone the path to liberation and a life of liberation. That is, show them path to home and future kingdom. And then when there is this, we get the liberation and understand what we have to be, then we think of Krishna. And I always give example of Brahma Baba. One of the awareness Brahma Baba had all the time, what am I becoming? And that kept him, his face was so smiling, very beautiful like a child. Because he will say, tomorrow this is what I am going to become, Krishna. So my love for one who is my intellect, love, connected with one who is bestower and showing us the path of Mukti, Jivan Mukti. And also what I have to become, what I will be in Jivan Mukti. My life will be like Krishna. So all of us with this awareness, so my intellect's love then is towards one who is Sadgati Data, bestower of Sadgati. So when love is with him, then just imagine every moment when I will decide what will make me free, what will make me constantly peaceful and happy. Because then I can show the path to others. Because I am also traveling on that path. So I say, okay, let's all go. Right. So every moment, the Preet intellect, the loveful intellect, will be guiding the self and others towards Sadgati, that is liberation, mukti, returning home, and towards the new kingdom, golden age, that is called our fruition of confluence age. So I think that, yes, we have to have love with only one, intellect, love of intellect. Even we have to be loving, very loving with everyone, right? Energy of love settles all karmic accounts. Once you are loving, everything is okay, right? You don't keep settling all the time in different ways, right? Sometimes with sorrow, sometimes conflict, sometimes. I have loving intellect, so I love everyone. So this is how I understood and I connected and I benefited immediately. I must say, as soon as I read, since then I'm finding Lord different in my intellect. Of course, I always had love and I knew that Baba is the one who is bestower of salvation, but still a lot of checking now on the intellect that it should stay with Baba in Baba's love. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So now we will get our homework for tomorrow. It's Murli and it's listen, practice, experience. So would like to invite our dear brother, Ken.
Om Shanti, everyone. If there's one word that connects the book message and what Didi has just shared with us, and today's Murli and tomorrow's Murli is the word intellect. And it's true, that's the thing that we have to sort out more than anything. And I mean, the whole idea of this program was that this week we'd be focusing on the soul. After the 7 days on the soul, then we have 7 days on God, and then 7 days on time cycle, and finally the last part on karma. So it's like a complete package, and we know that Baba talks about all of those 4 things in every single Murli. But it's very interesting to focus on certain things and to really, as I said yesterday, to grind our own ingredients. If we just, there's an expression in English that if you just give baby food to people, the only thing that they learn is the shape of the spoon. So we want to go into the Murli and bring out the real jewels. And it's something we have to do, each one of us. And then we will really understand that it is the source of truth. It is a scripture. As Didi was saying, it is the source of wisdom, and it's a blessing. And Baba, of course, speaks in such a way that, he's the ocean of knowledge. So many things come, and then we have to pick them out and and work with them. And there are many ways of appreciating the Murli. For me, for example, today when I was listening to the Murli, of course I didn't read it today, I was in the class. For me, the Murli is a map. And I was the same as you all, I'm sure, you're making the connection between salvation, intellect, and becoming like Krishna, which Didi shared in such a lovely way. For me, the map was to get out of the illusion that devotion somehow leads to salvation, and to reach that default state. As I said yesterday, one of the technical, literal meanings of Sadgati would be a state of truth or a state of knowledge. And so, of course, if I have that state of truth or state of knowledge, I will have a liberation in life. I will be saved. And so, with that in mind, I started to ask myself, okay, what is devotion? There seem to be a few aspects, but basically, on one side, devotion is asking for something. And if I'm asking for something, it means that I don't have it. So I'm putting it off to the future. And if I realize that as an eternal soul, I do have the things that I need spiritually, I already, in a way, I am what I want to be. But I have to go into the soul and bring that out. And that's how the Murli is such a rich thing. It opens up all of the secrets. And the other thing about devotion is the aspect of worship. And again, if I'm worshiping someone or, bowing down to someone else's virtues, at the same time, I'm sort of negating that I have virtues myself. I'm not what I'm worshipping. So I have to become that. And I have to understand that I have the things that I need with Baba, especially with the Murli. And of course, as Didi was saying, that the intellect is crucial in this whole process. It has to be pure to work. It has to do the transformation necessary, because there are a few basic things that the intellect has to do. It has to understand, which is probably one of the biggest words that I've seen in all of the Murlis throughout the next 2 weeks, as I was doing some research. Understand. The intellect has to organize the spiritual life. It has to remember Baba, to remove the rust. And that's what Baba was talking about today. So Amrit Vela today was very beautiful, breaking away from everyone and connecting with Baba alone in a way.
Shanti. So we're getting little time to do our drill practice, remembering the points. Let's do that, because I think his internet got disconnected, so he'll be back soon. So let's reflect on our today's Murli. And this is for tomorrow, actually, the cloud. So just take these 2-3 minutes in silence. Om Shanti. So until our brother comes back, so Didi will share.
I think we all need to reflect a little more on intellect. It's really helping me because, as I said, that is really the main ability in the soul. Most important is intellect, right? Whether it's in Lokik studies, whether it's in a job, but some they have good intellect, but then you have intellect, the knowledge has to be changed to become sensible. And after that, to be a wise person. Not just being intellectual. There are so many intellectuals in the world today, lot of intellectuals, but not necessarily they are sensible. That means knowing about life and giving right directions to the life and to have harmonious relationships in the life. Or most important is to connect with God. And then wise ones, that means they have changed the knowledge and understanding and applied in the life. So their advice, any thought is considered to be great advice and sometimes blessings. But the checking here whole day is, where my intellect? Why suddenly intellect is pulled in different directions? And that is why Baba had been giving us this drill. 1 second, stabilize. Within 1 second, stabilize. What is stabilize? The intellect, no? So when you look at the candle, the flame, intellect is like that flame. So it shouldn't be flickering, right? Intellect shouldn't be flickering. Like they call it wandering of the mind or stumbling of the intellect. That means it just goes from here, there, you know. And Baba talks of concentration of intellect, ekagrachit. So intellect, I think we all have to really, really take care of. Intellect understands, but we have to understand intellect too. So when we understand the energy of intellect, that is so powerful, so important in life. So why should go for little things here and there? Right? The energy of intellect And that is why also one of the good practices during traffic control, just few minutes, silence of intellect. Like there is silence of mind. But once there is silence of intellect, it will just quickly, within 1 second, connect with Baba. So it's a really important energy, which we didn't know before coming to Gyan. So we filled our intellect with all kinds of stuff, right? And now we are very, very careful what should go in the intellect. And we only think about mind, right? But it is the intellect who will direct the mind. Mind will go to intellect to find out what should be done, how it should be done. So intellect is like a guide. So when intellect changes, comes knowledge in intellect, then changes the thoughts, then words and actions, and then sanskars. And then sanskar will change, and that change of sanskar will support that intellect. So it's really very interesting when we start understanding the role of intellect. So I feel that the kind of study we're doing of Murli, really aim is not very clear on all the concepts. Because for what I believe and I have to be, the concepts have to be clear. Like even for soul, we have so many concepts, right? Many people think that mind and intellect are separate. Yeah, Bhumi. Mind and intellect are separate.
Hello? Hello?
I'll come back.
Yeah, I had to, I don't know, we're in a remote place here, so sometimes I don't know what happened. It's been very good.
Yeah, that's okay. You can
Just,
yeah.
I don't know, I just wanted to share the things for tomorrow, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean the thread that looks like is appearing, Sister Mohini, is actually this thing of the intellect, and it's very appropriate because that means the soul, we have to give the attention, and that's the first thing that we have to change, as you've been sharing. So the practices for let me see, just a sec, I've got it here. Sorry about that. So the word cloud for tomorrow is the main words are obvious: knowledge, understand, and happy again. You'll see intellect there as well. The intellect has to understand the knowledge in order to become happy. So this is the thing that we're going to pay attention to, like we did today. What's the connection between my understanding of Baba's knowledge and becoming a happy soul? So if you can show the listening practice and experience chart, that'll be very nice. Yes, possible. So listening, what's the connection between my understanding of Baba's knowledge and becoming a happy soul, a free soul, completely, as Didi's been saying, a loving soul, happiness and love go together. So what's the connection between, how much do I have to work on my understanding of Baba's knowledge to become happy? So they're the three key words. The practice that's suggested for traffic controls since Baba will talk about the dance of knowledge, I will ask myself every time there's a traffic control, how much I'm dancing internally with the ocean of knowledge. That's one of Baba's titles. Dance internally with the ocean of knowledge by remembering something from the Murli. So every time there's a traffic control, let me remember something from the Murli that keeps me dancing, that keeps me happy. And the experience to put down in our chart, and Baba will talk about the hobby of remembrance and of course service as well. So we will check at the end of the day how far we will have advanced in our hobby of remembrance. So look for these things in the Murli, look for these connections, dance internally and, improve the hobby of remembrance. And finally, for Amrit Vela, if you put the Amrit Vela chart up, very nice. This is a suggestion. I remain in the intoxication of knowledge that I am an 84 birth soul. I remain in the intoxication of the knowledge that I am an 84 birth soul. So these are the things for tomorrow. So, Om Shanti. I'm with a cell phone at the moment, that's why it's probably dancing around. So,
Om Shanti. So I know Didi was sharing something about the last point. So she will complete that point later on. But let's do our Avyakti journey. So welcome to Avyakti journey, ancestors sharing, inspiring each of us to reach completion.
दादी जी आपको न हम भूल पाएंगे दादी जी आपको न हम भूल पाएंगे जो साथ में बीते पल वो याद आएंगे दादी जी आपको न हम भूल पाएंगे दादी जी आपको न हम भूल पाएंगे जी
स्थिति का मतलब ही है अंदर से समझा है। तो अभी मैं अगर व्यर्थ संकल्प में गई तो न रही मैं आत्मा, न रही परमात्मा की संतान। तो यही तो हमको दादी यही है ना बाबा का मतलब। आज मुझे बाबा की अच्छी लाइट, दादी ने भी बताया, लाइट का क्राउन तो जैसे गिफ्ट मिल जाती है। सच्चू की डबल ताज, रतन चंदा कुछ भी नहीं है उसके भेंट में, लाइट का क्राउन लगा पड़ा है। पवित्रता की निशानी लाइट का ताज। सत्युग में ताज तब मिलेगा जब अभी लाइट का क्राउन होगा ना। और कर्म करते अगर ये स्मृति होंगी, मैं बीज की संतान हूँ, हमारा बाबा कैसा है, बाबा कैसा है, अगर होंगी तो कर्म से ही तो कईयों को दादी ने आज बताया चलन और चेहरा, किरणें आ रही है, प्रकाश आ रही है, शीतलता आ रही है। कहाँ शीतलता भी आ रही है। मैंने देखा कोई ठंडा ठंडा पानी, कोई गरम गरम पानी, कोई कैसे कैसे पानी। हाँ, आइसलैंड में बहुत अच्छा देखने को मिला था, आपको पता है ना, पहाड़ों के बीच में इधर से उधर, उधर से उधर। तो ये अनुभव होगा सबको, ऐसे दादी। तो कर्म पहले अनुभव कर रहे हैं ना, अभी भी अनुभव में जा रहे हैं। दादी हम लोग उसी स्थिति में स्थित है। तो पहले रहा कुट कुट करके, पर कहो आत्मा समझना। आत्म अभिमानी होंगे तब आत्मा ही बाप के पास पहुंचेंगी, बाबा के पास पहुंचेगी, घर में बैठेगी, बाबा के साथ घर में रहने का रस बैठेगा। घर आत्मा या शरीर से अलग हो, देह भान से परे है, बाबा के प्यार में है, घर में बैठी है। स्मृति में रहो, स्मृति दिलाओ। मैं क्या स्मृति दिलाऊं? जो मेरे स्मृति में होगा ऑटोमेटिक स्मृति आएंगी। जैसे मैं आपको देखती हूँ, ऑटोमेटिक सबको बाबा की स्मृति आती है। आपको देखते सबको बाबा याद आता है, मेरे को देखता नहीं आता था। आपको देख के मुझे थोड़ा आपकी जो स्थिति है उसका वाइब्रेशन तो नहीं दादी हम सीखती है, इसको देख करके बाबा याद आता है, मेरे को याद दिलाना पड़ता है। उसके लिए स्थिति ऐसी बनानी पड़ती है, बाबा याद आ जाए। नहीं, आप याद में अगर रहते हो नहीं दादी, एक तो याद का जो सही बात है, जो सही बात है, मैं दादियों को आगे रखती हूँ, मैं पीछे पीछे हूँ, परंतु बाबा की याद दिलाना आपको देख करके याद दिलाना नहीं पड़ता, याद आती है। पार्ट है ना, पार्ट है, विशेष पार्ट है, सीखती हूँ। पर जितना इनको देख करके बाबा याद आता है, मेरे को देख कर क्यों ना आवे? आपको देख करके सब सावधान हो जाएंगे। अलबेलापन नटखट सब खत्म हो जाते हैं। दादी को देख के नहीं होता है। दादी सुनो, ये रीजन नहीं है, रीजन नहीं है, परंतु आपके पाठ की विशेषता इतनी है तो मेरे को रीजन करनी पड़ती है। अच्छी है ना? तो मैं कहेंगी इनको सबको बाबा की याद रहे, और कोई देहधारी की याद आवे नहीं, न देहधारी हमको याद करे, हमको भी याद न करे। वो करेंगे तो बाबा याद नहीं करेगा। तो दादी आप सब खुश रहे, और सबको खुशी देख करके पूछेंगे आप खुश कहाँ से रहती हो? भाई पूछने की क्या बात है। ओके, ये है ना आपका जयंती पत्र जी, चेहरा लाल हो जावे ना सबका। समझा क्या करने का? मैं बाबा तो व्यर्थ अलाउ नहीं है, व्यर्थ को अलाउ नहीं है। नहीं, वो तो साधारण को भी अलाउ नहीं, हमारे डिक्शनरी में व्यर्थ शब्द है ही नहीं। पर दादी साधारण संकल्प भी जो है ना, महान बनने नहीं देता है। इसको कहते हैं तीव्र पुरुषार्थ, करना ही है, छोड़ना ही है।
आप दृष्टि
So beautiful, right? And their drishti is so powerful. Thank you so much. And now let's remember Baba, and we'll close with Baba's remembrance. And Didi will be sharing more tomorrow about intellect. So I know she was sharing something, and then she'll continue tomorrow, as it's a topic for this week anyway. So let's remember Baba.
It's so beautiful with this Murli reading, so much natural checking and transformation and attention is being drawn in our practical life. So I'm really, really very much enjoying this way of reading Murli and attention on transformation. Om Shanti and good night, everyone.
Om Shanti. Om Sai.